Alright, I am streaming this just for fun. So I've been playing Silksong. I actually don't like this game. I did not play that much of Hollow Knight. But I liked Hollow Knight. It's just I was playing Blasphemous at the time that I got it. And I just didn't have time for it. And now Silksong is out, so I figured I'd play Silksong. I'm not particularly good at 2D platformers. And right now I'm on Sister Splinter. And she's a very easy boss. But there's certain things that I'm just... there's certain actions in 2D games that I just cannot seem to handle. Certain sequences that I just can't seem to do. And for this boss, it is up attack dash. Up attack dash. Up attack. That's all I need to do. That's all you do for this boss. But I can't manage it. And the boss takes 3 hearts per hit. So on hit number 2, you're dead. Fuck. So I've been playing on my Steam Deck. And it's just, I'm not as good with the Steam Deck for precision controls as I am with, I forget what they call these, Elite Series 2, my Xbox controller. So I figured I would, like you see, I'm having trouble just getting across these flowers. Like, I sure felt like my stick was down when I attacked. But it's going to take me a minute to get used to these controls and this screen. Because, like I said, I've been playing on my Steam Deck this whole time. Now, I do have, you see, I don't have too much stuff. Like, I don't have my next spool, and I don't have the mask completed. I think I am at the point where I could have completed this mask. I haven't bought one of the mask shards, and then there's one that I've seen, but I don't know how to get to. But one mask ain't gonna make any difference for this fight. So I do have 2 of the other crests. I've got the Reaper and the Wanderer. But for whatever reason, I just tend to play better with the Hunter crest. So even though these guys have the easier down slash, I think Wanderer is really the one you want to use for the fast attacks. I'm just going to stick with the Hunter crest for now. It's not that hard to learn how to angle these attacks. I've been playing with them. I mean, obviously, I'm still getting used to the controls and the screen with what I have now, but I'll take that. Poor babies in the background, not feeling good. I do the floats in between. It makes it a lot easier to scale those. Okay, so this is the boss. So remember, it's just up attack dash. But I just, I really struggle doing this. That's what you're supposed to do right there. Why I can't do that consistently? Oh. Why I can't do that consistently, I have no idea. It is not a hard thing to do. Hang on, let me see what's going on with this baby.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay, Mama's got that baby. Hopefully she'll start feeling a little better. This run back is a pain in the butt. When you can't consistently do basic attacks like that. This gives you practice at it though. But like I say, another thing that I just could never seem to grasp for the life of me that took just an extreme amount of focus. I think I gotta give myself a little more give on this trigger. I'm kind of hurting myself. I have these triggers as basically button presses, and I'm pressing into it so hard it's kind of hurting my index finger, so I put a little more travel on it. We'll see if that helps. But the gravity boots from Castlevania is another one where it's very easy to do, but I just could never, it was just a skill I could never master. So you see, I feel like I'm... Alright, that was right. That was wrong. Oh, shit. So you can attack those vines. Oh my gosh, we're gonna put that trigger. Yeah, that's better. Ugh. It's so frustrating. I don't know why I have trouble. I think I hit the button at the same time as I'm doing my stick, and the button press must register a little bit before my my stick registers. So sometimes I have a lot of trouble in 2D games like this with directional attacks. Ouch. So she does 3 hearts per hit. So, like I say, it's a 2-hit fight. And I'm just barely starting to get a rhythm for how to attack that boss. So one of the things I really don't like about this game is I hate the fucking contact damage in this game. Damn. Yeah, the contact damage being even on like stunned monster drives me crazy. That's one of the reasons I'm very hesitant to use the Wanderer Crest. Because I whiff all the fucking time in this game. When the Reaper Quest slows you down. And I find that I personally don't tend to use the extra range it gives, so I don't see a point to using it. It's just to make that pogoing a little easier to get in here, and I'm not great at it, but I can get across. Damn. Fuck. Remember I said contact damage against a fucking stunned enemy? So she was stunned there, and that's the first time I've stunned this boss, so I have no idea where her hitbox is. And it looks like I hit the legs there. So I usually don't like to get my cocoons on bosses that I struggle with. Because it'll give me a full charge of magic. But Ugh. I'm stunned when she appears. What's going on? Are you doing something right now?
Mic off. Mic on.
Poor baby's not feeling good. Probably gonna cut this short. See if I can help that babe out. Jen's trying to raid right now, so it's very hard for her to take care of her. So this will be, gosh, I don't even know if this stream was 10 minutes. Mostly of me trying to jump on this flower. But that is fine. Uh-oh. Looks like my baby's calmed down. Looks like Mama's been able to find something to do with her for a minute. So, but as you can see from this short little stream, it hasn't taken me that long to learn this boss. I can't say that I've like got it learned yet. I certainly, I don't have the kill. I'm not ready to execute a finisher yet, but I'm getting a lot more confident at hitting the boss and just dodging her one and only attack. I say that and I get hit twice. So if you don't dodge, he does have a 3-strike pattern, at least in this phase. So you could just dodge all of the hand attacks and then get a single hit in. A lot of these bosses tend to feel like they're more on timers than on actual HP. But I don't think that's true because I've noticed the more confident I get with a boss, the more hits I can get in, and the faster the fight goes. But I know I've done a few where it felt like it was just on a timer because felt like I was dealing a whole lot of hits and the phases weren't changing. Deserve that. Walk straight into it. So I felt very strongly there's several bosses. The bosses so far, like the Moth and like Fourth Chorus or whatever, I feel like they're pretty simple bosses. They're pretty simple move sets. But, shit. This is lame, but I'm just gonna go back and heal. I think it would be faster just to die, but, so there's many bosses where so far I felt like I just need to learn how to do them hitless, because occasionally there would be some piece of RNG that would happen that was almost unavoidable. So for fourth chorus, one of the things that would happen is fourth chorus is a very easy boss to understand, and at one point he starts destroying the ground. Well, there's a point where you kind of have a choice on which direction you're going to go based on, like, he does a sweeping attack on the ground, essentially. And you can move left or you can move right after you jump up to avoid it. But you have to pick a direction. Well, sometimes the direction you pick, he's destroyed the floor. And fuck. Yeah, I'm not thinking straight. Head's not the game. But he'll destroy the floor, and basically while you're still in the air, he'll destroy the ground. And in doing that, like, some fireballs will fly up in the air. So it's like you fall down and you hit the lava. It was basically unavoidable because you dodged to the wrong way for his sweeping attack. You know, it's just a 50% RNG. Which side of the floor would be getting destroyed while you were in midair to dodge the sweep attack. And then you take 2 damage from the lava, and then you take 2 damage from fireball, and that's basically it. Fuck. I'm just not. Just don't have my head in the game right now. I'm trying to think of commentary for this game, and I really, like I say, I'm not particularly good at these kind of 2D action games. And this boss is using skills that I struggle with for whatever reason. But was I don't think Morwing was as RNG as fourth chorus felt to me. But there was times where it's like, okay, well, I've dodged this blade, but in the air, you know, in a range where I wouldn't have any air control. Okay, suddenly he's done a dive underneath me and I'm already falling, you know, and I think I've heard you can unlock a double jump, but obviously I do not have a double jump yet. And I'd be pretty skeptical if you could unlock the double jump before you beat Morwing. So we got to use our brain a little bit here. I've just now noticed it seems like she uses the same hand pattern. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm going to pay attention to that this attempt. But I may just stop here shortly because if you're playing at home, you'll notice that I'm doing significantly worse each attempt now. Just because I'm a little distracted at this point. I'm not really paying attention that much to the game and what I'm doing. So I find at this point, it's either I find a way to... Alright, so it should be right, left, right, right, left, right. Right, left, right. So it looks like it's always... No, there's a left. So I'm trying to use my spell, but instead of using my spell, I am hitting up R1. So I'm firing off these needles that cost me shard fragments, which is bad. Can I unequip these? No reason to waste shards on accidentally hitting that. But this has kind of been the grind so far. It's still really early in the game. So I don't know what it's got in store for me. They do some really aggravating little things, like the run into this place. The reality is it really is giving me practice pogoing on those flowers. You fuckers. Tried to use my spell there, but I must have been out of silk to do it. Yeah, I think I was just out of silk. Because I'm getting the, it looks like if I don't have an up R1 tool attached, it just tries to do the spell. So that should help me try and just use that. This has kind of been the game so far, just a boss grind until I get to where even though I'm not particularly good at controlling Hornet. fuckers. Alright, I thought I was hitting that, but I think I might have been getting hit by one of the monsters. So one of the things I'm doing, even though I'm not explaining it, is I'm trying to figure out how to fight those ads without necessarily using the spell. I'm not necessarily finding any success. It looks like they can hit you multiple times and they're kind of hard to hit. Well, fuck. This is it. I knew I was getting too nervous to execute there. But if you pay attention, I don't remember what happened for me to lose all that life. I think I choked up like twice. I hit her fists or something, and I just remember in the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh, that was easily avoidable." There was no reason to get hit there. But then I got stuck on one mask with no magic, and I was just like, okay, that bug's gonna kill me because I really don't know how to fight them. I must have iframes. I thought you didn't in this game. obviously like to have her kill those little guys, but I don't really know how to bait them into her fists. It's just kind of luck for me right now whether I get them in there or not. I was trying to figure it out there. Because if I could have her kill them, it would make it so much easier. Like I say, it's always better to save those cocoons. Because I probably am going to find myself wanting a top-up of magic, but... Fuck. I need to figure out how to handle those guys better. I think if I could... I'd probably get the kill on this boss. I think I was pretty close that one attempt. I think that was like a phase 3 where she did the vines that filled the whole screen. And bosses, usually once they get to doing that, and then she was doing her fists pretty fast, and she was summoning guys in pretty fast. Once they get there, it's usually like right at the end of the boss. I maybe only had like 1 or 2 hits left on her. Unless there was just another phase transition. Jumped right into her fist. Wasn't even trying to dodge either. I think once I get comfortable with how to properly fight the ads, I'll get the kill on this. But right now the ads just throw me off a lot. Fuck. So I just reacted too late. I saw the that I jumped into the right fist, and I was hitting the dodge, but it was I probably actually pressed it after I was already killed or I was already dead. Yeah, it feels. Sometimes it feels like there's an input delay. Fuck. Imagine this is pretty frustrating to watch. So I'm really not used to the parry system in this game. Almost any attack can be parried just by attacking it. So when the bugs do their little cyclone attacks, if I hit them, as long as they're not touching my body, I can throw them off a little bit with my needle attack. Alright, come on. Thank you. So it seemed like the way for me to deal with the spawns was just to get under them and upslash them. And that's how I did them that time, and I got the kill. You know, I probably could have done it smoother at some point, but it was not worth it to me. I kind of felt like that was probably good enough. Okay, so that's a monster. I believe somewhere over here is how I'm going to get the double jump. Guess there's no reason to kill him. I'm just going to kill him because I'll probably fall down here before the day is done. Oh. And I think it will be a much more pleasant experience. Now I can pogo off this guy, but I'm gonna kill him because I don't know where I want to even go. I think I want to get to the top of this, and that's where I'll get my power from. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, son of a gun. He didn't give me enough height to get all the way up there. Well, that sucked. My hope is I can get enough silk to heal off this guy. There we go. Got this fucking fly crawling all over me now. We don't need to be cute and hit all those flowers. I was obviously able to just float across. Here we go, thank goodness. Cling grip. Cling to sheer surfaces and leap rapidly to scale heights. Do we automatically cling grip, or do I have to use an ability? No, we automatically cling grip, huh? Nice. This opens up a lot of areas that I was wanting to explore that I couldn't vertically climb to. Oh, it's very easy to use. Okay, so it needs to be like a vertical wall. I can't go up those plants. I criticize a lot of the game. Like, it feels like there's Kaizo elements to this game, which I don't like. Oops. So this, I'm just gonna say I don't like. So I really liked Blasphemous's design choices. I really thought it was just going to be one of those typical, you know, oh, in a twist of fate that nobody saw, the church is evil. But the way they handled it, it didn't feel that offensive to me. It felt more like, well, it was like a kind of a Gnostic hell that the people were trapped in. And it was presented as a bad thing, and it was a bad thing. I really wasn't expecting that. What I'm used to is just like, well, like this game, right? We meet an NPC in the very beginning that's like, oh, why are you even trying to fight? Like, all we have to do is sit here and pray, and that'll get us what we want. And I've heard people claim, you know, that is kind of the direction they go, is that the religion is some evil religion. Who knows? Maybe you're like some special avatar of it or something. But the way people were talking about it, I just didn't get that impression. Doesn't mean that it's not true. Oof, fucking piece of shit. Hate these stick bugs. But one of the things that I kind of take offense to, I really don't like, is the rosaries. You gotta think, like, for these bug people, their religion at least meant something to them. You know, they're at least not mocking Christianity. I mean, in a way, they kind of might be, because, right, they're rosaries, which is something that Catholics specifically use to pray. So that could be considered some mockery specifically towards Catholics there. But I don't really get that impression. I just get the impression that it's something for the bug religion specifically. But where do we get these rosaries? Well, we kill them from bugs, all right? We're stealing their prayer beads. And we're using them to sell. I don't really like that. But what I really don't like is what we actually see is we raid tombs a lot and graves. And we go and we kind of disturb these people's resting places, destroy their corpses, and we steal their prayer beads. And they often have guardians. And I just don't really feel that great about being like, oh, well, they're just evil, right? I mean, our friendly NPCs seem to be friendly to these beliefs. They seem to be friendly to these religions. You know, are we supposed to just ridicule them and say, oh, they're just a bunch of retards, or they're all just controlled? I'm not sure. Maybe I can use him as an elevator. Ugh. Well, we'll worry about him later. I feel like I should just go down to the town. Not mess around too much. Fuck. Should have down attacked. But I just don't really like I don't like the methods we go through to acquire them. And the implication to me is, you know, we're just plundering these tombs and we're just disturbing their corpses. You know, just for profit, just for money. Like we've got nothing but disdain for whatever their beliefs were, and it's just a joke to us. Gosh, I don't know. I'll probably struggle with those assholes forever. Please, sir, leave me alone. Yeah, I probably should have moved there. Alright, I should, well, now I'm interested in exploring that area. I didn't explore that thoroughly when I was here the last time. I didn't see that way up. I think I'm just not used to this new way of moving. I hate that I get the double hit in there. So this is something I hate about this game, is you'll notice a lot of times when I'm moving towards an enemy, they'll do a kind of just a quick shift outside of my range. I hate that shit. It's a bug, I think. Oh, shit. Or it's one of those stupid shell things, I forget, but I'll leave it alone for now. I don't need shell shards, if that's what it is. Fuck. Oh shit. Fucker. Followed me. I'm basically dead. There, got him. Alright, we're gonna get one of our polyps. This is for a quest. Alright, let's make sure we rest at the bench this time. But you can see this was a burial site and like a grave for these guys. And they had all their rosaries and prayer beads around them. I don't think I'd ever be comfortable with it because, right, these prayer beads are still used as currency. They still have a lot of value in this world. And so even if you tried to play the like, oh, see, it was an evil religion they were worshiping, it was false, they still believed it when they were alive. You know, they're putting their prayers into that shit. And then I don't really like all this, like, it almost feels like you're, like, like the savior of these people. Like it's trying to be displayed like you were sent from by some kind of divine power to take care of them. Because you're fulfilling their wishes. The wish wall is where their unanswered prayers go. So rather than doing it themselves, they just put their prayer up on the wall, and are satisfied with that, I guess. But it's a symptom that is, oh fucking Christ, it's a symptom that is seeming to be true of highly religious places. Like if you look at like South America and Africa, you know, a lot of these guys are just like, oh well, I just go with the flow because things are gonna work out, right? As long as I get the right magic, as long as I get the right spell, everything will be okay. Or I don't have any real control over it, so why should I get too bent out of shape over it? I need to figure out how to deal with those bell guys. I thought I could just pogo on them, but I need to get past him. Fuck. I was trying to float, but I had already run into him. But you know, people take this real passive stance. They're like, I'm not in control of my life. I'm not in control of the world around me. It's all fatalism. It's all fate, right? It's all written down in stone. There's nothing I can do about it, so I'm not gonna do shit. You know, I'll write my prayer down and hopefully it's answered. Fuck. This isn't on my map. This looks like somewhere I've been, but fucker. As soon as I saw that, I should have dodged in a different direction. Where does that come out? Yeah, I don't see it here, unfortunately. I kind of just want to walk to Bellheart. I want to see if the town is free before I keep beating my head trying to get through those tunnels, because I don't think I really need to right now. Oh, there's some flowers. This is just some little masturbation chamber, if I recall. Is there anything in here? But I tend to get defensive when anybody mocks religion because nobody's mocking Islam, right? People will die for that. Somebody somewhere in the world will be murdered for people mocking Islam. So nobody's going to do that, of course. So I tend to just assume people aren't commenting on Buddhism, right? They're probably commenting on Christianity, even if it's a little hard to recognize because people get so much stuff wrong. You know, I kind of assume that's what they're mocking. And for some reason, fatalism is something that does grip Christians sometimes. And I always think it's a little strange because it's not really a fatalistic religion. At least I've never perceived it that way. Because you have agency, right? You know, there's a Israeli king at one point who is going to be under siege, and he prepares for the siege. And you know, there's some thoughts, at least in movies and stuff, that like, oh well, why would you prepare for the siege? Don't you have faith that God's going to save you? And it's like, well, the thing that comes out is God helps those that help themselves, right? I mean, I can't just count on God to take care of this whole siege for me. I have to do what I can to get through it on my own without his magic to intervene on my behalf, because it's probably not going to. But the idea is God helps those who help themselves. Like, there's a point to trying to succeed. There's a point to trying to help yourself, trying to make your situation better. You know, it's not like a situation where, oh, you can't call yourself a devout Christian because you didn't trust God because you tried to influence the outcome that you were in, or you tried to better your position or something like that. It's really not a part of Christianity that I've ever seen. Oops. Well, that sucks. No heal for me. See, look at this poor guy. He might have been guarding these rosaries, or he might have taken a pilgrimage here to get the rosaries to his friends. I was basically trapped down there. It looks like I have to go off to the left. And since I don't know how to deal with those large bugs in the bell, maybe after enough hits the bug would die, and then I don't have to deal with them. But we'll just go back. Rosary farming is not that hard in this game, so I don't try to get stressed out over dying and losing my corpse. I can always go farm those rosaries back if I need them. And the game's a lot more enjoyable if you're not stressing out about currency losses and things. At least I personally find that's the case. So these wall slides really help with these things. Well. Alright. Didn't want to grab there. We just have to go down. I think this bell is what's fucking up the city. There's some machine up here. Oh, there's a lever there. Oh, they shall join. Union upon your thread. A gift for your waking. A world strung to serve. Creature, your claws guide those cursed threads, but you are not their source. What role do you play in this vile affliction? Eh? She's here. The rare birthling, precious child of wind and weaver, worm and weaver. Spawn of those who dared flee. She has found her way home at last. Man, please don't tell me this is a fucking boss. How fine her shell and silk and claw for your mother. Let me claim her all for you. Yep, she's boss. Widow. Great. Okay. So I was just in Bellheart, but I saw there was looked like a lever and a switch that could have got me up into that boss arena a little bit easier than what I was doing. So we're gonna try and find it if it's here, because I have the ability to climb on the walls now, so maybe I can get up there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, in fact, it looks like that was a bridge too far. Darn. Yeah, shoot. So I think what I need to do is, if you look at that middle Shellwood passage, I need to get there and successfully make it through, and I think it's going to open a shortcut for me. Let's just double check this one more time, make sure that I didn't, yeah. There's nothing there I'm missing, okay. So probably after I beat Widow, I'm guessing there will be an opportunity to damn it. Probably would have been faster to go the other way, because I think I saw I think there was, I recall there being an elevator to get up there, but whatever. Alright. So I need to unlock the middle passage from Belhart, and that'll help me to get from Widow to this bench. And after I do that, what time is it? About 10:30. Yeah, it's late for me. So I think if I can get that opened up, I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to save this Widow boss for another time. We're not going to go down. We're going to open this passage up, or at least attempt to. Alright, let's stop fucking around. Okay, I didn't see that fucking purple flower. That's right, bitch. Not used to this controller. Wow, motherfucker, 6. I thought I needed 4. You know what? Let's not tempt fate. There we go. Alright, well, if you're able to join me on this adventure, I was able to down the boss that I was working on. This is the first real attempts that I've had, and I think that kind of reflects how this game is. Usually I'll have to sit down with a boss and really spend some time on it to get to where I can beat it. That's how Dark Souls 1 was for me. And I was very disappointed with Dark Souls 2 because I didn't have that experience. Like, I think the one boss, the Smelter Demon, wrecked my shit. But the other bosses, it was really all about just figuring out, like, you know, they had some punishing runbacks and some punishing mechanics, and it was really just about figuring out how to handle the runbacks. But once you did that, it was really there weren't real hard bosses where you really had to learn them well. So far, I haven't one-shot a single boss. There's even a little shitty ass, like, grass moth boss at the beginning of the game. And even her I had to play a couple of times. And I kind of wish they had a different boss. Because that boss, for me, at least starting out the game and not being a Hollow Knight master getting into it, it had a very low vulnerability window, it seemed like. Like, it seemed like the only attack I could do was the dive attack. as it was passing underneath me. And it took a long time for me to, or not a long time really. I beat it fairly quickly, but the fight seemed to take forever. And I realized you really got punished for moving unnecessarily in this game. You only wanted to move if it was absolutely necessary, otherwise, you were going to catch yourself in a trap. And I saw that on the first boss. Basically, it was just you jumped a couple of times, then you dodged the shit falling out of the ceiling. And then the second boss, the Bell Beast, you fucking like step to the left a couple of the times, and you step to the left to avoid falling bells. But the boss is very consistent where he goes, and I think there's like a little spider girl. She actually gets easier as the fight goes on because she gets an attack you have to jump into to be hit by it. That you cannot be hit by it unless you jump into the attack. So if you're not jumping around like a freak, you get free hits on the boss because she runs into a big AoE circle, opens up in the sky. If you jump into it, you're screwed. But if you're not, you can just walk to where the bottom of it is, and she'll drop there, and you can get some free hits. She was easy. Same thing with the fourth chorus. For me, I had a lot more movement because the boss's vulnerability window was like 100% almost. It was almost 100% uptime. So then it was like, okay, now I have to learn to not get too greedy, so I'm not falling into like some swiping fists or something. So that took a while. That boss also had a freaking gimmick. I remember I was at the last phase of the boss, the first time I had gotten that far, and I was just grooving with it. I was just dodging, hitting him, avoiding all of his attacks, hitting him, and then finally I was doing it for a long time, and finally I just had a bad combo and got killed, and it was a pain in the ass, but I mean it happens. And I remember my wife was nearby, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to try this boss again. I think I'm going to just quit this game because what I had just done on that last phase of that boss was so hard. If that wasn't enough, I don't think I could do it more prolonged than I just did it. And I told her, I was like, well, I'm going to give it one more try. And fortunately, I basically executed that shit hitless. But fortunately, once that phase came up, I saw that there were updrafts, and it was just a gimmick kill. You just had to go to the sides of the map where there's no threat, there's no attacks even close to coming to get you. So you just go to the side of the map where it's completely safe and nothing's happening. You slowly ride the updraft, and that's it. And you kill the boss. That pissed me off, but whatever. The boss is dead, right? And then more wing. I had the little you can get a helper on more wing, which I did. I don't know if the boss gets more health for you having him, or if he's just a straight up helper. But yeah, I had him help. But I still beat the boss, and it was just the same process you saw with this girl's Splinter sister, I think is the name. I just kept practicing and practicing the boss until I basically had it down to hitless, and and killed him. And you know, it's probably going to be the same process with this boss here. Like her, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. There's bells all falling all, and I don't know what these threads are doing. I guess they're just, oof. Okay, they're only pulling up. It looks like the threads don't hurt at all. They are just telegraphing where attacks are going to land. All right. Well, I'm going to deal with that later. But I had fun. You know, it's exciting to work on a boss and be able to defeat it. I kind of wish there was more exploration. I wasn't expecting to hit another boss this quick. But, you know, that's the grind. So we'll get back to it. I'll probably start playing again on my Steam Deck. But I do think that the controller helped a little bit on that boss, because I was, as I mentioned, I was just struggling so much with just up attack dodge, up attack dodge, up attack dodge. But you remember, if you watched the beginning of this stream, I was ham-fisting that entirely. Like, I basically could not do that attack sequence, where now I'm sure people have executed it better, but I can at least execute it. But yeah, I think I'll sign out for now. So, like I say, thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a good evening and have a good night.